we not get an announcement that week saying that we're going to go into lockdown the following Wednesday? Not just sticking to people because you met them once and you think now you have to become friends. I literally did not know anyone. Don't settle. It's a whole institution. So many people. So be true to yourself and you will attract the right people. It took me like what, 6 months. I was such a sad first year student. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Dudu back at it again with another banging video. In today's video, as you already see by the title, I'm going to be talking about how to make friends in uni. This is something that I have a lot of people messaging me about. You know, they'll be asking, how do I go about making friends? Will I be able to make friends? Which I totally understand. So I decided today I'm going to be making a video talking all about, you know, different ways, giving you guys different tips on how to make friends. And on top of that, I am going to be sharing how I made friends. So it's gonna be like a little bit of a story time, because the way I made friends was so hectic. Let's just say a lot of lockdowns involved, online learning, and it was just a mess. So I'm just gonna share that with you guys today. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below to join this amazing family. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for tuning in. And without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. So just to give a bit of context and background before we get into the story time, basically I'm a second year student studying computer science at King's College London. I am an international student from Zimbabwe and I came to the UK in October of 2020, which I wouldn't say it was peak pandemic, but it was just before the second peak. And so obviously you can already tell making friends was, oh my god, it was such a process, such a hassle, and there's a lot that went into it, and I don't think that's how it should be. But yeah, it's my story. I'm just gonna share with you guys some of the things I did trying to make friends, attending events, trying to, like, you know, make friends, and just I'll give you guys tips obviously along the way on how to do it. And I have now gone into in-person uni. If you haven't already checked out some of my uni vlogs, what are you doing? Make sure you check them out. I've gotten to an in-person uni, and so yeah, things are a lot easier, but I'm gonna share with y'all the struggle. So as I already said, I came to the UK in October of 2020, and when I came I basically had to do 2 weeks quarantine. That was still a thing. Did my 2 weeks quarantine, yeah, and I was like, great, I'm so happy. We had started online, so it wasn't really a bad thing. It was like normal that everyone had done a bit of online, but we were all excited to go in person. So I went into uni that first week after I had online classes, and I had one class in person, and it was, you know, it was the first class, still trying to feel things out, trying to see how things are going. And you know, I kind of took that week, I was still getting settled, I was getting my things done, documents, you know, getting my BRP, you know, setting up bank account, collecting my student ID. So I wasn't like in a rush to make friends yet. I was still trying to like get situated. Did we not get an announcement? Did we not get an announcement that week saying that we're going to go into lockdown the following Wednesday? I've only been out into the public for a week. I haven't situated myself, I hadn't met anyone, and now we're going into lockdown. Guys, when I tell you I was stressed, I was like, what? Oh my god, I don't even know anyone. But the good thing was I had so much energy. I was so excited to make friends, and that's probably my first tip. Make sure you're like excited and energetic, and you're just, you know, in the right mindset to go out and meet people. And so because I was like, you know, so excited, I was immediately like, I need to see people. I basically had 3 days to kind of try and go out, which, I mean, what can you do in 3 days? How can you make solid friends in 3 days? But that wasn't the point. I was excited, like I said. Make sure you are also excited. I was excited, so I went on to the group chats that we had. I was in my course group chat, WhatsApp group chat, and I was also in the African Caribbean Society group chat. So make sure you go onto Instagram, search up your university, whichever one you're going to, or your like the different societies that you relate to. DM them. They will obviously probably have posts saying DM us if you're a fresh or whatnot. They always have group chats, and that's how it's a really good way to make friends, or also just to start to feel like you're part of the university and that there's other people. Then you can start, you know, saying, oh, is it people from the same place I'm from? I did find, I think you guys have seen my friend Gamu from one of my videos. She's from Zimbabwe, and so yeah, that's a tip. Make sure you DM the societies or the university thing. That's what I did. And so I was in 2 WhatsApp group chats, and so in the computer science group chat, they decided to plan a meetup, you know, just, you know, lockdown's about to happen, we don't know each other, we're probably not gonna meet, let's do that type of thing. And when I tell you, I didn't know anyone. I literally did not know anyone, but I went. We had a meetup in the British Museum, and so I just went. I was like, why not? And it was so awkward because I just went there. I got there and I was early, and there was like 2 people, and it was like, oh, you guys doing computer science? And they're like, yeah. Like, oh, hi. And it's just so awkward. And so yeah, I hung out with those people for the rest of the day, and that was just one meetup, obviously, which is not enough to like get to know people. And we were in such a big group, so I didn't even have the opportunity to kind of, you know, make real connections. But that's okay. Whenever you meet people for the first time, you kind of feel them out, and then do you decide to go out for the second time, then you can start really seeing that, you know, if they're the right people for you and whatnot. That's just a really important tip as well. Don't just because you've met people for the first time feel automatically obligated to stick with them and have them as your friends. There's so many people in uni. Don't just do that, you know, don't settle. It's a whole institution, so many people, so many different people. Friends might not be people that will come from the same country as you. That's, you know, usually how it ends up, but sometimes it's just people who have similar interests as you. So there's a whole entire institution, so many people, and yeah, you're all going to find your friends. After that first meetup I had, I did like, you know, meet a few people that I was able to now be like, you know, at least I know people in my course. Of course, I couldn't have at that point called them my friends, but we followed each other on Instagram, which is something that don't take for granted. I followed them on Instagram, we followed each other on Instagram, and so now like we were able to like respond to each other's, you know, whenever we post stories. I had a YouTube channel, so that was like, well, I have a YouTube channel, so that was always like a conversation starter-ish whenever I've met up with people, and then they see me on a Sunday posting that I have a video up, and they're like, oh my gosh, you have a YouTube channel. And so I started to create kind of like a community, or, you know, just people that I knew, and that was fine, fair and fine, yeah. And then so in that same week, right, back to the story time, in that same week I went out with people from the African Caribbean Society. Same story, I did not know anyone, and the catch in this one is that they knew each other. Most of them knew each other, so that was so risky. But it's definitely something that I recommend. Jump out of your comfort zone. Like, what is the worst that could happen? You don't like them, so what? You're not gonna see them again. But yeah, so through that meetup, I also, like, you know, saw a lot of people, met a lot of people, and I was, you know, just happy. And from that meetup, I actually did meet a couple of people which I'm now like friends with right now. When I see my events, we will be together in a squad, you know. So yeah, kind of going to that was also a really good thing. But still, I had only met these people once, and it was just still awkward. And so after that, I think I did go one time again. When I tell you guys, 3 days, I went out every single day. And I'm not saying out like out, it was just, let's go to Oxford Street. We went to the British Museum, and I think with the other people I went out with, we just had food somewhere in London. I don't know. That was in October. That was in October of 2020. We were in lockdown until like December, and I haven't mentioned this, but I don't stay, and I wasn't staying in uni accommodation, so I didn't have like students around me. So that's a very big factor. If you do happen to fall in that, you know, category, if you are staying in private accommodation, you are going to have to put a lot more effort, because you're not going to be able to, you know, organically make friends with people you're staying with and stuff. And so yeah, I just want to put that out there in my struggle. Lockdown happened, and then in December we opened up for a short time again. It was an ACS event. I went out, which is again, I stress my point, make sure you keep going out. You just jump out of your comfort zone and go out. That's the only way you really make friends. And obviously you won't have it as hard as, you know, being in lockdown and just having few opportunities. You'll have a lot more. But yeah, so I went to the ice skating thing, and get this. Oh no, I just remembered how like dramatic that whole time was. Oh my gosh, first of all, it was in an area I didn't know. Oh, you guys, I was such a sad first year student. No, I'm really outing myself. It was in an area I didn't know, and I didn't know how to go about it. Trains had issues, and so I was already stressed that day, but I was still, you know, so determined to go. And when I got there, the people who I, you know, were first years and I met in that other first meetup were leaving. So I just went there, and I was there with like second years, and it was so awkward. You know, I kind of just stuck it through, and I met other first year students, which was so amazing. And so I kind of just, you know, stuck with them. We were talking. Then afterwards, when we left on our way, we met up with the people who I'd met up in the first meetup, so people I knew, and it was like, wow, it was so amazing. And so then we all went out for like dinner, and that's where I think I made pretty good friends, people that I talked to afterwards, and people I still talk to, people are still my friends. And so, you know, we love to see it. And so after that, I made those friends, and I was now like in a better place and more secure about, okay, maybe I do know people, you know, it's not as bad anymore. Like, we're not buddies, we're not that close, but we are now, we know each other, and if we want to hang out, we'll probably, you know, hang out. That was like, we had 1 week, a window of like 1 week of no lockdown before we went into another lockdown. I think in January and whatnot. And throughout this time, I did not have any friends from like my course. Yes, there were people that I met in that first meetup, but it was so generic, and it was like only one time that there wasn't anyone really that I could message when I had like struggles with school, which was so sad. But that's beside the point. Guys, make sure you make friends with people in your course. I think it's really important, and it's just so helpful. Like, you will miss out on like coursework, or like if you need help, you just need those people. Yeah, moving along, the way I made, I think my first, I'm not gonna say real friends, because I did make a couple of friends here and there, but like my friend Esther that you guys have seen in a lot of videos, the way we became friends is because we were in the same course, and there was a time where we had a pair project coming up for my programming module. And so I don't even know how it happened, but I don't know if I messaged her or she messaged me, and we decided to work together, which was great. And we didn't know each other at all at that point, imagine. And so after that, we kind of, because we were working together, we had to like live code, would be on like Teams calls and whatnot. So we started, you know, get to know each other and become friends. And then we moved on to a group project. So we also had another group project for our programming module, and so Esther and I and like 2 other girls who are now like my friends as well, we all worked together, and so things started to, you know, feel a bit better. We were all still kind of online, but things got a bit better. And then after that, there was a computer science meetup in April, which is where I first met like Esther in person, and like a lot of other people who are like my friends right now. And so things started to kind of flow, and from that point is where I'd say I now like had friends. I had made friends. It took me like what, 6 months, 5-6 months, but then at that point I finally had friends. And yeah, just to like jump forward to when I started second year recently, then there was so many opportunities to make friends. As you guys would have seen my freshers vlog, so many society events, freshers fair, a lot of events happened that I didn't even go to. Like, if you want to make friends, for example, people from your country, they are most likely to be societies that are like related to that. African Caribbean Society had like freshers meetup. Certain societies, like if you like baking, you want to meet people who like baking, there'll be baking society events. There was international student meetup. Like, there's so many opportunities to make friends once you are like in uni. And things being properly in person, I think you can probably make friends in like a week. And so yeah, I know my story has been winding and whatnot. I just wanted to share it. I thought it was funny because it took me so long, and it was so annoying and so sad that whenever I would go into lockdown, I didn't have like friends. Obviously I still had my friends from home. In case you're feeling sorry for past me, don't worry, I still had friends from home that I talked to. I just didn't have friends here. But yeah, so just to give a final summary of this video, I'd say when it comes to making friends in uni, make sure you're open, you're excited, you're going out to, you know, events to actually make initiative of meeting people. One thing that people don't realize is that everyone is trying to make friends. So when you see like people walking around, don't think it's gonna be so weird when I approach them, because trust me, that person is most likely also trying to make friends. So, you know, just be the person who goes, oh hi. It's usually easy to just say, you know, hi, what are you studying? It's a bit of a tedious conversation, but you have to get through that, you know, to get to a point of, you know, oh, I've seen this event, do you want to go together? And that's how you know, go about making friends. If you see people in groups, which is something that I noticed, don't be intimidated, because some of those people would have also just met. So just go and introduce yourself. It's an easy way to make like a lot of friends at one time. And yeah, make sure you are yourself when you're making friends. One thing you don't want to do is get stuck with the wrong people in uni. Be true to yourself, and the right people will come to you. You will attract the right people. So I hope this video has put you at ease. If you're worried about making friends, you are going to find your people. If you have any questions, of any worries, I'll be happy to answer those. And this brings us to the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed my very sad, complicated, but not too bad story, and have enjoyed all the tips. If you've come all the way to the end and you're not subscribed to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below to join this amazing family. And don't forget to turn on your post notifications so that you are notified every single time that I post a new video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.